In this video, our topic is Microsoft Forms for Math Teachers. Microsoft Forms is a free application by Microsoft, and you need to have a Hotmail account to access this application, where you can create forms and quizzes. Forms can be used for many purposes of data collection. For example, you might collect email addresses and names of your potential customers. You can ask your students to give you a feedback about any online course. You can also use form to optimize the workflow in your online business. And you can also use forms to monitor the progress. But in this video, we are talking about using form application to create quizzes. And the main difference between a form and a quiz is that a quiz is graded while form is not. Then there are two types of quizzes, a self-graded quizzes and manual grading quizzes, where you have to review the responses and then grade the students manually, give them points and marks. And we will be talking about these type of quizzes, and I will also create a math quiz in Microsoft Forms. And by the end of this video, you are the best person to judge whether Microsoft Forms are good for you or Google Forms are better. We will not be talking about the features of Google Forms in this video. I will put a link to one of my videos at the end, which you can watch. But most likely our conclusion by the end of this video would be that Microsoft Forms are better than Google Forms for some math teachers. And we will see who are those teachers. So let's get started after a short break. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Tahir and I make videos about educational technology tools available for teachers and students and some of the subjects which I teach. So if you are interested in these topics, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video on this channel. Although you might have already read this material, but I will briefly go through this slide and then we will start creating a math quiz in Microsoft Forms. When we talk about self-graded quizzes, of course these are the one which we most like as teachers, because you just have to create the quiz and then students will automatically be graded. But there are only few types of questions which you can put in these type of quizzes. These three types of questions can easily be put in a self-graded quiz. Multiple choice question with one correct answer, very simple, no thinking required. Then multiple choice with multiple correct answers requires a little bit of thought about how you mark the questions, how many marks you are going to assign. Then there is a third type, which is short text answers. You can also make these type of questions requiring short answers as self-graded, where you put a suggested answer and the application will try to compare the answer of your students with that answer and grade. But the problem here is that sometimes synonyms can be used by students, and it is a good idea to review the response later on. So in this case, you do not release the result, the score of the students, you delay it and you first manually review the answers and then you post the score. And then there are questions which have long text answers, open-ended questions, and in these type of questions normally you have to do a manual review until the application has some artificial intelligence features, and then you might be able to self-grade open-ended questions as well. And now let's move on to Microsoft Forms and create a math quiz. You just need to type Microsoft Forms in Google, and this is the website forms.office.com. I click on that, and if you have not logged in with your Hotmail account, you will have to log in and then you will see this screen. And now we have two options, to create a new form or to create a new quiz. So I click on new quiz and I give it a name, math quiz, and you will notice few things here. There are two main tabs: questions, where we create questions; responses, where we will look at responses and we will review the responses. Then I can also preview during the creation of the quiz, and I can also add any theme if I want. There are few colorful themes, and then if you scroll down, you can choose a simple color. So let us choose a color. So I choose this blue color, and now I click on quiz questions again, and we are going to add our first question, add new. You can also use forms to get ratings and to link it to a calendar, but we will be focusing on these two options, to create a multiple choice question and to create a text-based question. So let us create a text-based question and put it out of the way. Then we will focus on the most important multiple choice question. So I create a text question and I type any question, and now there are two other options you might want to select. You want these questions to be a required question so that students must answer this question, and you can also turn this to a long answer question or an open-ended question. But this is the type of question which I have already discussed and we are not going to create in this quiz. Now it will provide students with a text box to put their answers, but I have to provide a correct answer to the application to check the answers of my students against this correct answer. So I click on add answer and I put trigonometry, and now I can preview this in current state. This is my question. A text box is provided to the students and they can submit the quiz. Let's go back. But there are normally only few text questions in math quizzes. Most of the math quiz consist of math equations and math expressions. So therefore, now we are going to see how Microsoft Form helps math teachers with some amazing features. So I add a new question, and this time I click on choice, meaning multiple choice question. And now I want to ask my students to solve a quadratic equation, a very simple one. For example, I can say solve, and then I start putting the quadratic equation. To do that, I click on these three dots and there is a math option. I click on math. It will show me enter an equation. I click on that and I am presented with this. And if you remember my Google Forms video, there is no way of inserting equations directly into Google Forms. You have to go on CodeCogs, which is a LaTeX based, browser based platform where you create an equation, you download the PNG or any other image format and you upload into your Google Form. But here it provides us a nice interface for writing at least some form of mathematical expressions. And now I want to write x square plus 2x plus 1. And the way I use this x square is that I type x and then click on this. So it will be x square. Then I can type like normal plus 2x plus 1. And now I have to provide some answers, some wrong answers and one correct answer. So I click on the first option and I put x equals minus 1. I can type like this and I click OK, or I can simply say minus 1, that is also correct. So let us do like this. In the second, I put x equals 1. Now this answer is correct, not this one. So I select tick mark here. So it means this answer is correct. I can add another option. Let's say x equals 2 and so on. And then you can add another question. It's a multiple choice question. And this time I want my students to simplify something, simplify a mathematical expression. Again, I click here and my expression is this time x plus 5, and then I click on this raised to the power 3. And now I have to click right arrow so that my cursor can come on the ground level. And now I can type, let's say x minus 2 square, and now I want something in the denominator. So I click on this, so it will give me a denominator to type something, and I type x plus 5 and x minus 2 and I click OK. And now see what happens. Microsoft Forms is intelligent enough to suggest me the correct answer as well as some more options. So I don't have to type anything again. Imagine if you are in Google Forms, you have to write these 4 options in LaTeX first, then download 4 images, then upload 4 images in Google Forms, and then only one question will be ready. But here in Microsoft Forms, you are getting suggestions, and with a simple click of this add all button, I can insert all these options as options in my question. So let us click on this, and as you can see that my question is ready. It has a correct answer and it has 3 wrong answers. Now I want to put only 3 options, not 4. Very simple. I can delete any of the wrong answers. Don't delete the correct one, of course. So I can delete this, and now I have 3 options, one of which is correct. If I click on add new and click on choice, and I don't want to create any next question, I just want to bring your attention to the fact that not all math symbols are available in this text editor. And therefore, I said that for some math teachers, Microsoft Form provide a very time saving productive solution, but not all. If you want to add some calculus symbols, those are not available here. And for those type of symbols, you have to still use the same techniques which I have mentioned in my other video, where you type in LaTeX browser based website, download the images and then insert media. If for example you have very complex mathematical equations, some integration sign, some sigma signs, some Dava signs and these kind of things, then of course you have to follow that route. But for some math teachers it is extremely useful. So I don't want to create any more example. Now you got the point. I just delete this. And now the last thing we want to do is assign points to these questions, and I want to assign 1 point to every question. So I click on the first question. In the points area underneath I put 1. Similarly for the second question I put 1. If there are more than 1 correct answers, you can put 2, or even you can put 5, whatever you want. For the third I put 1 more. And now I want to preview. So I click on preview, and this is how my students will see this quiz. A question, number of points this question carries, and a submit button. Let us provide some answer. So I put wrong spelling here, and in this question I put the correct answer, and in this question I put any answer. So now I click submit. And now this button is available, view results. I get a thanks message and I can click on this and I can view my results. So let us click on this. So it will show me that my first question is wrong, third is wrong, and I got 1 out of 3 points. I always try to review the response because this is a minor mistake. I don't want to deduct marks of my students based on this silly mistake. So therefore, I don't want my students to see the result immediately. I want to review first. So how to do that? Let's go back, and in this quiz on the right hand side I have these 3 dots. If I click there and I click on settings, this is the button I want to turn off. So I turn this button off and students won't be able to see the results immediately. Although the quiz is self-graded, I don't have to work hard for this. Assume that if there are 50 questions all like this, only few text based questions, so my job is much reduced because most of the questions will automatically be graded. I just want to have a look at text based questions. This is a good practice. Don't rely 100% on this technology. This is one of the important settings, but there are some more settings here. You can accept responses whenever you want. You can accept within a start and end date, and you can shuffle questions. You can send email notifications, and you can customize the thank you page we have just looked. But this is one thing I want to show you. And now let's go back to preview mode, and I put some answers again. Let's say something like this, and I click submit. Now I got the thank you page, but I don't have the page to check my result. Although I can submit another response, and you can collect some information about the students during the response. For example, a text question asking their name or their class roll number and making them ungraded, something like that. You can collect some information of the students. But now let us go back and see the responses. So I have got 2 responses. If I click on this, I can see the status and report of my student, which is fantastic. And I have this button here, open in Excel. So it will allow me to put this data in an Excel sheet, and I want to review the answers. So I click on review, and now I can see that this is a small spelling mistake. I can provide some feedback to my student, something like that, and I can award this student full marks inside the report. Now I can review the next one by selecting the next respondent and so on. Once it is finished, I can go back. So this was a brief overview of Microsoft Forms. Now, Microsoft Forms and Google Forms, they are not very good forms applications. They have a lot of limitations. I am making a very detailed video about what type of features we as a teacher want in these forms and we as an online entrepreneur want in these forms. And most of these features are missing both in Google Forms and Microsoft Forms, which are required by online entrepreneurs, other than making some simple quizzes. So stay in touch with my channel and I will soon be making more videos about forms and what are some of commercial options we do have which we can use in our business and effectively optimize our workflows, monitor the progress of the business, and be more productive in our endeavors. Because forms are such a useful tool for online businesses that we must understand and we must master their use. So I hope you like this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for your time and see you next time.